Real estate is too expensive. I hate New York. I hate LA. Will I ever get into rental properties? Hi people, it's Yasha here. Ever felt like this before? If you're watching this video, you're very likely to live in a major city where the cost of real estate is very high and discouraging, especially if you thought about getting into rental properties. Well, cheer up. Today we're gonna go over how to get started in real estate for very cheap, based on numbers and my own experience. But before we start, please press the like button like you're pressing that beautiful burrata you're about to eat, so we can show this video to other young investors. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice, this is simply my opinion based on my experiences, so do your research. I live in Northern Virginia, and although I bought my first rental property here in this area, I soon found out that it was a lucky hit, as most of real estate starts at twice what I paid for. And this is why I decided to try out an alternative. An alternative that ended up costing me 5 times less and being more profitable. You might be thinking about foreclosures and auctions, but no, it's much simpler than that. Now back to the office. Much better. So the route I decided to first test out and then actually proceed with is out-of-state real estate investing. Specifically for me, it was West Virginia. Now why? Well, very simple. Check this out. While an apartment in Northern Virginia can cost me starting from $200,000, if I look for the same thing in West Virginia, we could start from 30 grand, even 15 grand if you look for a fixer-upper. Yeah guys, that's the price of a Jetta. Specifically with my example, I was able to buy a duplex, so 2 apartments for $40,000. I then added another $10,000 to replace the roof, bringing my total cost at $50K. Yes, for the price of a Jeep Grand Cherokee, I was able to buy 2 apartments. Now you might be wondering about my costs and returns, and here's the breakdown. Let's start with costs. So West Virginia has a low real estate tax, namely in my case it's $300. On top of that, I insured both properties for a total of $700, and I also have a property manager as I want this investment to be as passive as possible, which cost me around $840, bringing my total cost per year to $1,840. Now, you have to also consider that we want to keep a little buffer in case we need repairs and blah blah blah, but I will not consider it in this case. Now, in terms of returns, keep in mind I like to charge less than the average market rent. Why? Because that's my bigger vision that we will talk about in another video. I'm still able to get around $370 a month for every single apartment, which totals to $8,800 every single year. Now, if we take the cost out of it, we are at $7,400. Now, on top of meeting all the rules of real estate, like the 1% rule, it yields around 14% a year just in rent. That's 4% higher than the average stock market return. And it doesn't even take in consideration appreciation. Now, keep in mind that the way I invest is I reinvest 50% of my profits back in the property to improve it, make the house nicer, which will also, as a consequence, increase the value of the house. Now, I can tell you that with a $10,000 investment in West Virginia, I can redo the floors, redo the kitchen, redo the toilet, and improve my home value, I think even above $80,000. So, considering all my costs, that's a $20,000+ appreciation on top of what I'm getting already in rent, which is already very good. I hope you like the numbers. With that said, I invest in West Virginia, but there are many other states like West Virginia that could be interesting for investing, kind of like Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana. And what I'm normally looking for is cities that were decaying in the past, but are in that phase of initial rebirth, or still decaying but are in that final stage where it's kind of, let's say, plateauing, and then it will start again. And another type of city I really like is the capital cities of the various states, as you have governments there. And although there can still be periods of depressions, governments still need to be active and never die. So that's why I like those cities. There still is some kind of activity no matter what. Of course, that's my opinion, not financial advice. I will release other updates about this property, and I will invest more in West Virginia. With that said, I hope that this broadened up your ideas about real estate and where to invest. I hope you will do your research outside of where you are, because the possibilities are many, and there are teams that can help you out with investing outside of, let's say, your close area. With that said, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and see you on the next video. Grazie, grazie. Ciao.